reaction video about the movie God's Not Dead. The movie started with a Christian college student who named Josh Wetton enrolled in class philosophy taught by Professor Jeffrey Radisson, an atheist who demands that his students needs to sign a declaration that God is dead in order to get a passing grade. And then Josh is the only student in the class who refuses to sign, and required by Professor Radisson to debate the topic with him. And the class members decided who wins. Professor Radisson gives Josh 20 minutes at the end of the first 3 lecture sessions to argue that God exists. In the first 2 debates, Professor Radisson has counter-arguments for all of Josh's points. Josh's girlfriend named Kara tries to convince him to either drop out of class or follow the rules of Professor Radisson, fearing that standing up against Professor Radisson will jeopardize their academic future. But then she eventually breaks up with him when he refuses to disown his belief in God. It comes to the third and final debate between Professor Radisson and Josh, who again both make compelling points. Josh halts his line of debate to pose a question to Professor Radisson. Why do you hate God? After Josh repeats the question twice, Professor Radisson explodes in rage, confirming that he hates God for his mother's death that left him dead despite of his prayers. Josh then casually asked Professor Radisson how he can hate someone that does not exist. In the end, a foreign exchange student whose fathers encourage him not to convert to Christianity and stay focused with the class stands up and says, "God's not dead." Almost the entire class follows Martin's lead, causing Professor Radisson to leave the room in defeat. Against the backdrop of the debate, a series of theoretically related subplots develop. Professor Radisson dates Nina, an evangelical whom he often belittled in front of his fellow atheist colleagues. And her brother Mark, a successful businessman and atheist, refuses to visit their mother who suffers from dementia. Mark's girlfriend Amy is a left-wing blogger who writes articles. And when she is diagnosed with cancer, Mark dumps her and he left. Muslim student Ayesha secretly converts to Christianity. However, when her mother quote listening to the passage of 1 Corinthians chapter 15 on her phone, she ultimately disowns her father when he finds out. After the final debate, Josh invites Martin to attend the Beach Boys concerts that is in town. Professor Radisson reads the letter from his late mother and is moved to reconcile with Will. He confronts the newsboys in a dressing room only to admit that she wants to know God. Professor Radisson is on the way to find Lina. He was hit by a car and fatally injured. Reverend Dave witnesses the accident just a couple meters away. Reverend Dave finds him and guides him in becoming an evangelical Christian as he died. Mark at last visits his mother, only to taunt her, and his mother responded that all of his financial success was given to him by Satan. As the movie ends, the newsboys play a video clip of Willie Robertson congratulating to Josh. And the newsboys then play their song God's Not Dead, dedicating it to Josh. After I've watched this movie entitled God's Not Dead, and lots of lessons that I've learned. First, standing up your faith. When your faith is being challenged, never ever compromise, not even an inch. Even if the whole world tell you to give up your faith, you should not never give in. You may lose your family, friends, career, wealth, or fame, but you should never lose your faith. And remember this word that comes from the Bible, and it also mentioned from the movie, from Matthew chapter 10, verse 32 to 33. Whoever acknowledge me before others, I will also acknowledge before my Father in heaven. But whoever disowns me before others, I will disown before my Father in heaven. Diba? Manalig lang tayo at lahat ng to ay may patutunguhan. Second lesson that I've learned from this movie is courage comes from the Word of God. Ang lakas ng loob ay nagmumula lamang sa mga salita ng Diyos. Diba? Sa movie na ito, si Josh Pinagtanggol niya ang Panginoon na ito ay buhay. Yung pagkabasa niya mula sa Bible na from Matthew chapter 10, verse 32 to verse 33, sabi dito, "Whoever acknowledge me before others, I will also acknowledge before my Father in heaven. But whoever disowns me before others, I will disown before my Father in heaven." Yung pagkabasa nito, nagkaroon siya ng lakas ng loob na ipagtanggol ang Panginoon sapagkat ito ay buhay at naniniwala siya na mayroon itong magandang maibubunga sa kanyang sarili at sa kanyang kapwa na rin. The third lesson that I've learned from this movie is love for God should be a priority in every relationship. Yung pagmamahal ng Diyos ang dapat natin inuuna sa bawat relasyon. Relasyon mo yan sa pamilya or mapa-boyfriend, relasyon mo sa boyfriend o girlfriend, dapat yung pagmamahal ng Diyos yung dapat inuuna niyo sapagkat siya ang nagbibigay gabay sa inyo at nagbibigay tatag sa inyong relasyon. At sabi nga dito sa quotes na yung galing sa movie na ito na, "For the wrong, you'll never have anyone. But to the right person, you need everything." Kapag yung tao ay totoong nagmahal, dapat tanggap niya yung Panginoon at ang mahalaga ay at ang pinakamahalaga ay magkakaroon ng pananalig sa Diyos at dapat tanggap ka rin ng isang tao. And last lesson that I've learned from this movie is God's ways and thoughts are way higher than ours. His ways are higher than our way. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. At tandaan na kung sa tingin natin ay imposible ang lahat o hindi natin magagawa isang bagay na yan, at ang Panginoon ay kapag mayroon tayong pananalig sa Panginoon, siya lang ang nakakaalam at nagbibigay lakas sa atin. At kailangan lang natin magtiwala sa Kanya sapagkat alam natin na sa Kanya walang imposible. Sabi na dito sa chapter 4, Philippians chapter 4 verse 13, "I can do all things through God who strengthens me." Magtiwala lamang po tayo sa Panginoon sapagkat siya lamang po ang nakakaalam ng lahat. At pagkatapos mapanood ang movie na ito, masaya ako sapagkat marami akong natutunan at isa ito sa naging rason na kung saan ay mas lalong tumatag pa ang pagtitiwala sa Diyos. Dahil yun naman po ang mahalaga na magkaroon po tayo ng pagtitiwala sa Diyos sapagkat siya lamang po ang makapangyarihan at siya lamang po ang nakakaalam sa ating buhay. At God is good all the time. And all the time, God is good. Maraming salamat po sa panonood at God bless.